If you teach online, inevitably your student engagement will drop from the moment your class starts. Fortunately, you can use live events to keep students engaged and foster community. My name is Ish, and today we're going to talk about different types of live events that you can host throughout your cohort-based course to keep students engaged. Events are live lectures, Q&As, office hours, fireside chats, masterminds, working groups, icebreaker sessions, and mentor groups. Let's start talking about live lectures. Unlike self-paced courses where you are passively consuming content, live lectures allow education to become a two-way conversation. Instead of just passively watching hours and hours of video lectures, students actually get to engage with the material, have discussions, ask questions. Live lectures allow for this type of learning to take place. You actually have a lot of async content lined up, whether that's reading or video lectures, then you can actually use the Q&A format. The Q&A format is actually very popular. Essentially, you send students off, they go, they learn the curriculum on their own, and they come together in a Q&A session. Now, this Q&A session is a way for them to supplement the education that they got on their own time. They can ask questions and go deeper on any specific. Office hours is a really popular type of live event. It's essentially an unstructured block of time in which students can drop in and ask any questions they have about a given topic. You can either host these one-on-one or in a group setting. Usually these take place at the same time each week. If you've noticed that your student engagement is dropping, this one could be really interesting for you. Essentially, a fireside chat is a guest speaker coming in to talk. They can resemble really two formats. Either it's kind of like a live lecture when this person is giving a talk, or it's more structured like a fireside chat in which the instructor moderates a conversation with the guest with lots of Q&A from the audience. Mastermind group. It's essentially a collection of smaller groups within a larger cohort that come together and help each other solve problems. A really common format of the mastermind is the hot seat, in which one person spends about 5 minutes explaining a problem that they're facing with their current project, and then the entire group collectively brainstorms and helps them solve that problem in the next 20 to 30 minutes. You might want to consider working groups. Working groups are very similar to mastermind groups, except everybody in the group is working together towards a common goal. Now, you actually get two really great results from using working groups. One, you can have peer mentorship. You can have students teach each other the curriculum. The other part of it is also a really great way to build genuine relationships between the larger cohort. This next type of live event is definitely one you've heard of before. It's called icebreaker sessions, and it's usually hosted at the start of your cohort or program to help members get to know each other better. If you're using Slack as your community platform, you can use Donut, and that'll help facilitate members to host one-on-one virtual coffees with each other. If you prefer to do this more in a group setting, you can use a tool called Gather Round, which does random breakout rooms with everybody who shows up and has them go through these really interesting, funny prompts together. The last type of event that you're going to want to consider hosting is a mentor session, which is essentially a lot like a live lecture, except it's more on the practical side. Rather than just helping people learn new material, mentor sessions are really around applying the material that you learned at a lecture. They tend to be a lot smaller, which helps encourage discussion. And they're often hosted by alumni, but can be hosted by anybody who really knows the curriculum really well. Now, you might be thinking, Ish, these are so many different types of live events. How do I know which ones are right for my program? And what I'll say is you don't need to use all of these. You can think of these as different engagement tactics that you can switch on and off based on the engagement of your students. And each cohort, you can experiment with what works, what doesn't. My recommendation is if your curriculum is very complex and complicated, really lean into your live lectures, your Q&A, your mentor groups. If you are very collaboration and project based, really recommend using mastermind groups and working sessions. And everybody else should almost always use some sort of icebreaker session and weekly office hours. Another question you might be thinking to yourself is, how do I manage the logistics of all these live events? I've got really two approaches for you. The first being spreadsheets and Google Calendar. So you can essentially create a spreadsheet of all your different subgroups and live events that you're hosting. You can store information like name of the event, type of event, date, time, facilitator, Zoom link, etc. And you can share that with your community. And you can then use Google Calendar to copy and paste those email addresses into Google Calendar and send out calendar invites. Now, that can become quickly unmanageable, especially if you're quickly scaling. So if you're at about 100 members or more, you might want to consider a tool like Virtually that essentially puts all your event management on autopilot. You can easily upload a roster of all your members, you can segment them into various groups, and then you can create one-time or recurring Zoom events, and Virtually will take care of calendar invites, sending automated reminders, and even tracking attendance. And that about wraps up today's video. If you want to go in depth about any of the different topics or tools I mentioned today, just check out all the links in the description. With that, this is Ish signing off.